That's true.
Yeah, something I did a long time back.
It's a great success for a long time.
And I think one of the biggest reasons
God.
You ready?
3, 2.
What's up, guys?
Welcome to the Peak Collective podcast with myself, Shane.
Myself, Luca.
And today we're chatting no BS, just fitness. And we are here, we're doing an arm session, we're going to grow some arms, have a bit of fun, take yourself through some knowledge as well. And you can see how we get a bit of an arm pump.
Cool, so we're just going to keep it really simple. If you saw our last video, it's the same day, we just trained chest.
Yeah.
So we're going to do some arms. We're literally going to do 2 supersets. We're going to do what's called a katana extension. So with triceps, you've got your long head, short head, and medial head. 3 muscles, hence I'm try. Typically, long head, we want anything that's going to go behind the head. So that can be like a skull crusher. One of my new favorite ones I've been doing is a katana extension, which I'll show you in a second.
Yeah.
You get a massive stretch. And again, like I said in the last episode, stretch is my favorite thing right now.
Stretching the muscles.
Then what we're going to be doing is just some basic curls. We're going to get some easy bar and just literally curl. Again, focusing on the stretch, big squeeze. And then we're going to reverse that and do some tricep push downs, but X extensions. So from here to here, focusing more on the short head and medial. And then we're going to do something to target more the forearm and the bicep at the same time. Probably some reverse curls.
Yeah, sounds
Should
good.
be fun.
Sweet.
Should we get started?
Yeah, sounds good.
Let's do it. So you were just saying about your drink earlier.
Yeah, so obviously we're having a bit of a chat in the break. If you can't see Lucas, but obviously because he's dropped.
Sorry, guys.
Swinging around. Mine's bright pink. Bit of a chat. I'm slightly addicted. That's probably the wrong word. But proper on the crave of electrolyte and hydration tablets at the moment. Mm-hmm. Thoughts?
I think hydration's doing the rounds at the moment. I actually I'm kind of been reading Men's Health recently. They actually did the 5-page thing on hydration.
The whole hydration topic, yeah.
Yeah, because it has been doing loads of discussions around it at the moment. I've been putting Himalayan salt in my water now for like maybe a year, 2 years.
Yeah, I think it's been probably closer to 2 years, I think we've been doing that now.
Maybe, I can't remember. It's been a while. It's been a while. And again, I kind of kicked off the craze, I guess, in our gym, and I was saying like
I've copied you, I replicated it as well, jumped on Himalayan salt.
How much of a pump it was giving me, how I was getting more energized, because they've basically shown that it reacts with your system that caffeine doesn't. So caffeine's going to react with your system, I can't remember the exact time, but sodium, which is part of the electrolyte, but pink Himalayan salt in particular has more electrolytes. Yeah. Also, you want to look at magnesium, potassium, and sugar as well. Yeah. Which is why, like I was saying to you like ages ago, I find it hilarious when there's sports drinks that don't have any sugar in, because we should be having some element of sugar with the electrolytes to give you the full thing. There's a reason why marathon runners, for an example, will have glucogels with electrolytes. Now, if you're just having like a gym session, do you need it? No.
So this is my argument. So you do your katana extension. If you're not at an athlete status, and by athlete status, I mean if you've got a sports watch or you've ever jumped on a like bodyweight scales, it will always tell you this. Athletic status is training twice a day, more days than not within a week.
Yeah.
Or you need a resting heart rate of under 50 beats per minute. That's kind of a rule of thumb if you're at an athlete sort of level of any kind, right? If you're not there and you're just going to the gym 2 to 3, 4 times a week, just a little bit of weight training to feel good, look good, you know, getting yourself just to train, which is good, it's fine, you don't all need to be an athlete.
Yeah.
You don't need to be worrying about sugar and salt content for rehydrating, right? Which is good and it's important. But when we're saying a rehydration drink needs sugar in it, it is when you're exhausting yourself in zone 3, 4, and 5, and your blood sugar levels are going to be coming down, you need to replace it to rehydrate.
Yeah, bloody Spartan race, I had 4 Lucozades.
Yes, there's a reason,
There's a reason
why Lucozade and Powerade have been the leading manufacturers of sport drinks for years, and they're all full sugar.
Yeah, 100%. And the ones that are sugar-free typically will contain a little bit more sodium, a little bit more of the other things.
They've got more
than
other electrolytes in it as well.
Give you the hydration. But the funny thing is, there's a lot of people, and this is where I would say the average person would want to actually take electrolytes. One of the main reasons I say is there's a lot of people out there that I see drink a lot of water. They say they still feel thirsty, or they drink a lot of water and they still feel tired, or they're still cramping. Technically, typically, that's going to be an electrolyte imbalance and probably need a lot of electrolytes.
What do they say for cramp? What cures a cramp?
Typically electrolytes again.
Yeah, sodium, straight away, have some salt in your water.
And I think one of the biggest reasons I see this typically is with newer clients when they've gone from quite a poor diet that's really high in sodium and they've gone to a very healthy diet. You know, how much sodium's in a piece of chicken, how much sodium's in a piece of potato, not enough to really hydrate you.
You do incline cups?
Yeah. And then they go from there to low sodium foods and they are actually getting dehydrated. Yeah. Because a lot of people don't realise, but it's the electrolytes that allow you to get hydrated. So if you're not having enough electrolytes, you can still get dehydrated, even if you drink a ton of water. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's a great thing that is being talked about a lot more, and it's something that, you know, doing a PT course or even further, like we've both done level 4, I've done level 5 nutrition. They don't even talk about it that much there. I only know this through my own research. Yeah. You know?
It's really hard to find out there as well.
Yeah, and it's only recent podcasts or recent people. There's the one that I had a little while ago. It's pretty expensive, but it's called LMNT, which is great. They sponsor like the Olympic athletes. They sponsor like the FBI, sniper teams. But it's really damn expensive. But it is really good.
It is really good. Yeah. Expense comes with it, right?
Yeah, 100%. It's similar to like any supplements. Like I've been on ashwagandha now for a while.
And you got a pure one, didn't you? You got a verified one.
I got a really high dose of it, yeah. And not that I was concerned about my testosterone. When I had my testosterone checked, it was actually in the 900s, which is extremely high. Good, yeah. But the oh, I got out of breath there. But yeah, I've been ashwagandha for a while now on the higher dose, and I can definitely tell the difference with that. Yeah. And I think we said it on the Rob episode, like sometimes with these supplements, you just do need to get the more expensive version. Yeah,
because you actually need the natural ingredient of it.
Yeah.
It's very easy to pick something off the shelf and see that it's only a £5 when the actual natural product might be 40 to 50 quid, but what benefit are you actually getting of it apart from 100%. A placebo and a quick fix for 2 weeks and you realise it doesn't actually work?
100%. Unfortunately, it's the same with nutrition, right? I mean, I could get a pack of chicken nuggets and think, oh yeah, I'm having lots of protein, even though it's fully processed, tons of salt, like not the good salt that we're just on about, tons of bad carbs, tons of bad fats, or I could just get a chicken breast. What's more expensive? Unfortunately, the chicken breast. But with that expense comes more health, right?
100%. So, what you're saying when it comes to hydration, obviously on the topic.
Yeah.
Take a hydration tablet, electrolytes, because we sweat a lot, we burn a lot, so our rehydration is really important. So drinking water just doesn't rehydrate you.
No.
So we take it just so we make sure we got the electrolytes. It's a little bit of a boost. It's like taking a vitamin every day, right?
Yeah. I time my electrolytes. Typically, if I feel quite thirsty in the morning, I'll chuck some in with my creatine and a glass of water.
Exactly what I do. I got mine from my training as well.
Oh, nice. And then I do, I've got it in now, some Himalayan salt in my water during and before training. Yeah. And if I've really sweated a lot, so it was a really sweaty session after as well. And again, just if I feel really thirsty, now that I know a lot about hydration, I typically will just put salt in my water anyway. So yeah, back to the arm training. The reason I've chosen the incline curls, as you can see, it's a massive, massive stretch. And you're looking at the elbow joint, come behind the back, which is going to stretch that bicep just a little bit more. If you saw our video a couple of weeks ago, you saw that we were doing pretty much the same with the cables. It's the same thing. I want that deep, deep stretch for the elbows. And then the next bicep exercise, I want the elbows a little bit more forward so we can get a little bit of a different stretch and more of a contraction at a different angle as well. Biceps aren't that complicated. I think similar to what we were saying with chest in the last episode, it's literally just two heads and pretty much both of them get hit in any bicep exercise.
Or flexion, yeah.
Yeah. I look at more just the stretch and where it gets stretched. Triceps, a little bit more complex. Again, like we were saying, we want something behind the head, some sort of pushing movement, which can literally just be a bench press, to be honest. I like dips as well. Close grip bench would be great for that. Push downs, and then also something that's gonna cross behind you
need the extension behind.
And come in behind, which is gonna be the next exercise for today. Cool, let's finish off with these katanas.
Also guys, the reason you might see us do this quite a lot if you're in one of our plans, superset buys and tries together. It's a quick fix for arms. Arms, like we said in last week's episode, if you're trying to grow your arms, make it a priority, yes. For a lot of people, they're not going to be a main priority, especially from an athletic point of view or someone that's progressing, or like say if you're doing Spartan race like you are with these competitions, arms aren't going to be number one, right?
No.
A lot of people, male, female, everyone in between, wants good set of arms, especially if you're training. You know, you want to feel good in a t-shirt, whether you're on the beach, whatever. You can get a quick fix in a pump and you can rip the muscle with enough stress in, like we're doing. We're going to do 2 supersets back to back. You're about 20 minutes. By Luca's face, you can tell it starts to hurt, right? The reason we're doing these is because they're opposite muscle groups. So agonist, antagonist, you want to work the opposite muscle groups. You can do this with quads and hamstrings. You can do this with chest and back. You can do it with bis and tris. It's a great superset if you're low on time. It really works. And as you can see, you're both getting a pump, going into failure, pulling some faces, and it works. For a quick fix like arms, it's a great way to train them efficiently, even if it's in a session. If you watched last week's episode, as we said at the start, we've just done a chest session. We're now going to hit 2 supersets, 2 tris, 2 bis, but double the blood flow from a superset for the opposite muscle groups in each arm.
I was literally going to say, you mentioned the time saver. You can do antagonist supersets for everything, like you said. And for example, like we said in the last holiday, a holiday workout, if you only want to spend like half an hour on your holiday gym, antagonist supersets are amazing. If you want to do chest and back, do 2 different chest exercises, 2 different back exercises, but superset the chest and back exercises together. It's great. You get a crazy pump, right? And the great news is your back isn't going to be working during the chest, so guess what? It's going to be resting during that chest exercise. You reverse that, now you're doing your back exercise, chest is resting, so you're still not hitting that muscle too much, so that then you can go straight back into the other exercise as well. I'd also say it's great, like if you're just someone that's really tight on time in general, like you can only train 2-3 days a week in the gym, and you've only got half an hour, 40 minutes, you can superset everything.
100%.
And they, again, I'm the one that always brings up studies, but there was a study they did the other day. I was watching a guy called Eric Helms, really intelligent guy, but he was mentioning around the study they did where they did basically chest and back, biceps, triceps, hamstring, quads, everything superset together, and the actual muscle growth wasn't that different. No. I think some muscles actually a bit better in comparison to doing one at a time.
Most muscle growth just comes from blood restriction, right? And then blood flow back in to feed the muscle and the nutrients it needs to recover.
So
if you're doubling that blood flow, why wouldn't the results be on par, if not better, with it as well?
That's what I say to a lot of my clients is, don't worry too much thinking, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. There are no set rules. There isn't any set rules when it comes to muscle building or just strength training in general. One, do what works for you, find a plan that works for you, time that works for you, and just do it. Anything's better than nothing at the end of the day. 100%. If you've only got 20 minutes and you can only do just 5 sets of squats and you go home, it's better than doing nothing.
Better than sitting on the couch, right?
You know?
Just stay consistent to whatever your goal is. Your days are going to be up and down. Stay consistent, it will work itself out.
You probably noticed I've changed the bicep movements I wanted to do.
Yeah, you have. As you can see, these sessions are run by Luca. I don't really train like this anymore. I have done, so I still know what I'm talking about. But
now we'll do one of yours maybe on the next one.
No, we are.
Okay. We can go to your gym on the next one.
Yeah, we'll jump in at mine.
From there. And you can see how un-CrossFit that I am.
And how very amateur I
am. But yeah, I wanted to change it up just purely because it's easy to superset because we only have the 2 cables. But
sounds good.
Is what it is. Next one. So yeah, like I said, this one is getting the tricep stretched in a completely different angle. Slow and eccentric. Powerful but controlled on the concentric.
Why have you gone for the X grip?
It's become, in the last few months, my favourite tricep movement. To feel like a pump like no other on this.
I've not done this for years.
I
think about it, I don't know how we're going to film doing this with like a CrossFit session. That'll be interesting. I'm going to take you through it. That'll be good.
Well,
that'll be interesting. I'm excited.
Whilst doing
maxed out 10-minute AMRAP, just keep sweating through. We know talking, you might have to watch that one.
Do that next week or the week after if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yeah, guys, how many times have I trained with you CrossFit start? Twice.
Do you remember the one we did? It was
Not
horrible.
not
We had
my
overhead
favourite.
squats, the overhead walking lunges.
Yes, I do
Yeah,
remember that.
Yeah, that was disgusting. You actually took the weight off the bar, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I did.
That's probably why I'm always fucking injured. Slightly curls. That length on them curls, look at that. Getting a stretch reflex, stretching through the elbow joint. Like I said, this is going to come into the forearm as well, working through both heads of the bicep. Go on, get it up. And the length, the distance Luke is literally pulling away from your shoulders is the entire range of movement that we're looking for in every single rep. No reps in reserve there, right?
No. Arms I never leave reps in reserve.
No, just full pump.
Yeah. Shane's arms just get pumped in like 2 sets. It's really annoying.
I don't train like this though, so they react so well.
They grow like by 3 inches in like a minute.
You actually measured them. It was actually 2 inches before, wasn't it?
Yeah, fucking nuts. Oh.
So when we do a CrossFit workout, you should have abs within 3 minutes.
Sorry?
To be fair, you're lean at the minute.
Yeah, I'm kind of, I hate the term main gaining, but that's kind of what I'm doing.
Main gaining?
Yeah, where it's just...
Where have you heard that from?
You never heard main gaining?
No. I know what it means though.
It's basically where you're like maintenance, but a very, very slight surplus. So, yeah, I'm probably at roughly at 3,200 to 3,500 calories at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm kind of just trying to stay like that, if I'm honest. Just want to try and stay around 14-ish% body fat.
That's a lovely percent, isn't it?
Yeah, whilst trying to gain, I don't know, on estimate, I'm guessing I'm gaining about 2 kg in muscle, maybe, in this next building block. Without gaining, hopefully, too much fat. I'm hopefully gaining 1 to 2 kg of fat. That's the goal. That'll put me to about 91 kg, but a leaner 91 than I was at the beginning of this year.
That's where we come into body composition. Same weight, but you look better with more muscle mass.
Yeah. So that's the goal. One day, my goal is at like age 40.
Age 40?
Yeah.
Fair, you're only about a couple of years off.
Just a couple of years. To be about 95 kg, that's the goal.
That'd be good.
I
only hit 90. My top's 87.
So, you know, estimating about a kg or ish a year. So in the next 10 years, hopefully get to about 95.
Fair enough.
That's the goal. If I can get to that, I'll be happy. Goal accomplished.
You're looking for a good state though, right? You're not going to jump to it straight away.
No. I mean, I'm giving myself 10 years. It's taken me a while. But I think when I first lost all the weight at 21, I was probably like 70. So in total, I've gained about 16 kg of muscle.
When I was 20, just became personal trainer. Was qualified, but it's just started the job. I think I was about 77, 78 kilo.
That's nuts.
I was lean, man. I was fit as well. Not really strong, mate. Chiseled. I look back on the pictures and I miss it, and then I'm like, I look back at the numbers I recorded back in then, and I'm like, oh, I wasn't really pushing that much then. But I was fit as well, though, to be fair. But it's a difference, you know. I'm stronger, just as fit now. I'm just not weighing.
That's what I say to people.
Lighter.
I'm 30 years old, but I feel fitter and stronger than I was at 20,
100%.
even 25. So as long as it keeps going in that direction, I'll be happy.
Once a winner, right?
Oh man. Whew.
I feel pumped. It's these electrolytes, I'm telling you.
Oh.
There he is.
Oh. Almost set.
Huh?
Almost set. And we are done.
Can you tell me when you put this up next time?
Nah, that's surprising.
You know, the sheer amount of burpees I'm going to make you do it in a couple of weeks' time.
Oh, man. Did you watch the video of Trump. Did I mention it yesterday?
What video?
Him being shot.
Of course I've seen that.
It's scary, man. Really scary.
My God.
I was watching a really...
How close it was. The sheer fact he even turned his head.
I was watching a really good podcast about it yesterday. It had, do you know who Tim Kennedy is? He used to be a UFC fighter, ex-Green Beret.
Yeah.
He also has actually done like presidential, what's it called? Security.
Oh yeah.
So he was actually going through like every mistake that they made.
Right, is he?
Not looking after Trump.
Wow.
It's crazy. The build, so a sniper is supposed to have 1,500 meters worth of range to cover. The guy that shot Trump was 150 meters away.
Wow.
Literally just over a sprint, right?
What?
Yeah. On a building that was already flagged up as a high-risk building because it had a ladder and a slant. And literally, the sniper hesitated. So many things. It's just interesting. I know there's a lot of like conspiracies and theories around it.
I love a conspiracy. We're going to talk about this. I love it. Let's go.
But to be fair, like the way he explained it, kind of came across like it was just literally a massive mess up. Yeah. By the Secret Service, like everything that could go wrong.
So many conspiracies. We're only talking like just a couple of days out from when we're filming this.
But Trump wouldn't have bloody got someone to shoot him. It literally just missed him. This is like that.
I've seen it on forums, on Reddit or X, formerly known as Twitter.
Yeah.
People talking about it, saying, you know, it was all staged. He was meant to turn his head. Or like, can we just precisely talk about any professional in the world? Footballer, Olympian, sniper, security guard, whatever you're talking about, right? To be that precise can't happen.
Or even to risk it.
Can't happen.
Like, why would you put your own life
100%,
at risk?
100%.
And literally by a few millimetres not die. It's stupid.
If you lot think it was staged or it was conspiracy, you've got your views, but I just don't see how it could have been pulled off as if it was staged.
I think
it is scary that a political view like that, what could have been. Like, could you imagine going up to work tomorrow and being scared? Obviously, Trump didn't know it was going to happen, but the potential risk factor, just because
I just think
you know what he stands for.
I don't love the guy, but I think because pretty much everyone kind of dislikes him, especially in the UK.
Especially outside the US.
That they want to find a way of making it his own reason or fault as to why he got shot.
They're trying to pinpoint it, right?
But
you should never have that risk.
I believe in some conspiracies. I believe in theories, as we always chat about and probably talk about in the future. But
we need our barbell and aliens. Man.
But with this one, I just don't see it. I don't see someone putting their own life at that kind of level of risk. And then for bystanders to get shot at as well.
Yeah. That's the thing. Wasn't like a 50-year-old dad as well. He was looking after his kids, wasn't he? Trying to shelter them. It's sad. It's not even nice.
So but crazy, man. That's two things we lived through in terms of like American two towers and president getting shot at now.
Yeah, it's
literally nearly had another John Kennedy. It's crazy.
What could have been, eh? What could have been? These scary times. We'll have to do a conspiracy theory episode.
That's one of my favourite things to talk about. Call the episode Barbells and Aliens. Get Neil on.
Oh Christ, usually we're talking about 4 hours.
Get cancelled.
Yeah, that's it. That could be the end of the collective.
Done. Alright.
Last set.
There's been lots going around at the moment. So much in the news.
News is depressing, man.
Yeah, I try not to watch it, but then on my Facebook or Instagram feed, it will just come up with the worst news anyway.
That's true.
Yeah, something I did a long time ago is try not to watch the news because it is just purely depressing. They're never going to tell you, aren't they? A new puppy has been born. It's always dark and depressing news. You know?
They don't tell you to watch the Peak Collective.
No, they don't talk about fitness and health.
No, they don't.
I mean, if they do, it's some BS or something
Take
like
a
that.
new pill or Ozempic or something like that.
Yeah, and then they're going to just say, like, just exercise and eat well.
No. Unfortunately, that's why we're here for, right? That's what we're going to tell you to do. So if you do like it, like, comment, subscribe. Follow us, Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, at The Peak Collective. Episode every single Friday, 5 o'clock, gets released. Yeah.
Yeah, ask questions for the Q&A.
Yeah,
Keep
we need some
mentioning
questions
it,
for
do
Q&A. Ask it, drop it down below. We'll put it out on the Instagram story as well. Spotify has the question box in it. Get asking whatever you want. We'll answer it, we'll research it, and make sure we get it on point for you.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you very much.